Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 5 of my Let's Build of the city of Kobe. We got a bunch of detailing that we're going to be doing in this episode, so let's get into it. think that it kind of wraps up our building for today. Just a lot of like kind of maintenance work we kind of needed to do today. We started off our episode by putting in the disasters response unit. Since the city has been having so many fires recently. Oh shoot, sorry. Now I got to put in these trees. Because the city's been having so many fires recently, I've needed to put in the disaster response building to repair everything that has kind of been broken with all the fires. So then those response vehicles can go out and kind of rebuild all of the buildings that have burned down. So I'm really liking this big building here. I think I'm gonna do, as my power goes out, I'm gonna need to do a little bit more of an area. I really like the parking lots. I like the fences. I like that it's kind of this big kind of structure here. So that's been really good. I'm going to kind of, again, continue to kind of build out here and maybe utilize this road a little bit more, have it stretch out kind of into this area. But I want to see what kind of big building, what other stuff I can kind of build out here. So I like, obviously with these cities, you've got so much kind of like urban sprawl, which I like a lot, but I also like kind of these big set pieces of these different areas. It just kind of makes the area really distinct. Out the back here, I decided to build in a bit of industry, some of the DLC industry. I'm gonna need to get more props to kind of flesh out this area in here. But I wanted some clean industry kind of out the back as well. We've got another waste processing center. I'm gonna need to do something. I don't like the landfills at all, but I'm gonna need a bit more trash capacity. So I've got another kind of industry area here that's kind of relatively clean and kind of has its own little area where it's not interfering with these other areas. And here I had just kind of a slow kind of rising hill to kind of break off of our little farming community that we have going on here. I like the rocks. I like kind of the ground foliage that we have going on here. I think it just will kind of it'll break up the area nicely. What else? We did add the interchange in here. I noticed a lot of my trucks were kind of going through our main district that we have so far here. So I wanted to add in another little intersection in here. This area's been filling out really well. We'll continue this in the next episode. Some of these buildings are kind of crappy, but now that we have along the main strip here, we have some high density housing. I wanted the light industry, can't think. I wanted some of the light residential to be kind of in these neighborhoods here and off kind of the main strips, off the main drag. So in here we have some higher density residential. In here we kind of have a lot more built up, very cool buildings, offices and commercial built up in here. On the kind of the avenues here. So it'll really starting to fill out, like we had the residential areas and low density in here. This area is kind of going to be really built in on the other side of the avenue. In here, I know like when in doubt, when you don't really have an area, you know kind of what to do with. Parks are always great. I really love kind of the cherry blossom trees, the pink trees that we have in here. When in doubt, if you don't know what to build in an area, kind of like here, I didn't just want continued urban development. I got a really nice kind of little park in here, so I'm really, really digging that. Really, really loving that. What else do we have? We got a nice kind of plaza we built in here, making use a little bit more of the parking lots. I remember when City Skylines did not have parking lots, which is crazy. But now that we have parking lots, I was debating the parking garage. I thought that was a little bit too big, so I got the nice parking out the side here. And I'm really liking these. I like how these buildings are not skyscrapers. I'm gonna have to look at my policies, but I like that these are the bigger buildings that are on the avenue here. We got our first basketball court, which I'm very happy about. I tried to fill in the trees to kind of block all of the smokestacks and the big pollution. So I think we did kind of an okay job there. Filled in here a bit. I'm going to do like a little more trees and maybe sound kind of barrier here, but we got kind of a nice sitting area that's a pretty busy kind of area of our city here as we come in off the freeway. Over here, I've been talking about it for episodes, but we finally built in this little area. Just continued some of the low density residential, some low density commercial out the front here. So that's been all built up, and we're gonna need to figure out something with the waterfront here. I'm kind of thinking I have some ideas for the riverfront here. So we got a lot of that built in, which is awesome. Over here, I did not really do much. I added in a third windmill because it just kind of fits the aesthetic, and I am desperate for power. I'm going to kind of continue to have this area be a bunch of like orchards and groves. It's nice we got like the fencing kind of built in here. Over in here, I'm going to continue to do some more pastures for livestock, for animals. We got our little sheep. We got our sheep roaming around in here, which is excellent. I put in some industry buildings just to kind of like fill in the area a little bit more. We're going to need to continue to expand our agriculture that we have going on here. I might expand this town a little bit more, not too much, maybe like up to the railroad tracks. And what I maybe might do is do an industry to get trains flowing into our city for the first time. I might put some freight stop in here. And I'm thinking I'm going to keep the setup in here with the abandoned factory and the railroads. So I think that'll look really, really cool. But yeah, we'll continue to kind of expand our little district out in here, fill in the industries more and more slowly but surely. We put in our flour mill, which is kind of cranking away. As we continue to kind of get more money, more capacity, we'll fill in the fields more and more and get some of these industry processing kind of centers. Because what I want to do at some point, I'm going to need to get the other industries going. But once I got to kind of look at the factories that I have, because I might be able to plop in a couple factories here, and a factory would look really good in here. But I think that's kind of it for the episode. We'll pick it back up next time. I'm just kind of building away here. So maybe we can get some, I don't know, maybe like some other industries going. We can get another tile here and kind of build in maybe like some of our other industries. We could kind of begin to get a big downtown area kind of going. But yeah, thanks guys for checking out the episode, and we'll see you next time then.